A stray dog was running wildly with a bone in its mouth, but it accidentally bumped into a passerby. Its only lunch was knocked out of its mouth. If it couldn't find it, the dog would go hungry again. Just as it was about to go look for it, a group of soldiers happened to be passing by. The bread in the woman's mouth made the dog's mouth water. New recruit Robert spotted it immediately in the crowd. He knew the dog must be starving, so he pulled out a cookie from his pocket and threw it to the dog. The dog devoured the cookie without hesitation, but one cookie was far from enough to fill its stomach. The dog quickly followed the military unit, thinking that if it followed Robert, it would have something to eat. However, it was this unintentional act by the dog that led to its legendary life. This is a true story. In the end, it not only received countless medals of honor, but also became the dog with the highest military rank in the world. But the beginning of a great story is always full of twists and turns. The dog followed the soldiers to the gate of the military camp, but was stopped by two soldiers on guard duty. The dog had no choice but to turn around and leave, but it did not give up. The clever dog found a crack in the wall, and saw Robert training inside. The dog excitedly ran over, dug a hole, and successfully crawled through the crack into the camp. As soon as it arrived at the military camp, the dog was attracted by the large ribs in the kitchen. However, the chef was not happy about this, and immediately chased the dog away. The dog ran out of the kitchen in a panic, and bumped into a soldier's leg. Upon closer inspection, the soldier who had been knocked down was the person it was looking for. This coincidence made the dog very happy. Robert motioned for the dog to leave, but the dog accidentally barked. The dog's bark immediately caught the instructor's attention. The instructor asked the soldier whose dog it was. The dog seemed to understand the instructor's question. It immediately looked at Robert. Robert panicked as he avoided the dog's gaze. He hurriedly signaled the dog to leave. To Robert's surprise, the instructor did not chase the dog away. Instead, he told him to take good care of the dog. Immediately after the instructor gave the command, the dog also learned to stand at attention like a soldier. Seeing such an interesting dog, even the instructor couldn't help but laugh out loud. And so, the dog and Robert began their military camp life. Every day the dog would follow the main force in training. However, at first, it still couldn't tell left from right. But as time went by, the dog slowly began to enjoy it. No matter what command the instructor gave, it was always able to perform the corresponding action excellently. During regular training, the dog didn't lag behind the other soldiers. It was also a reliable assistant. Whenever the soldiers finished their shooting training, the dog would bring the target to the instructor for inspection. Gradually, the dog fully integrated into their lives. Robert even gave it a name, Stubby. With its own name, Stubby spun in circles to express its joy. One day, the general suddenly came to the camp for an inspection. When he saw Stubby, the general angrily rebuked him, saying that this was a military camp, not a zoo, and questioned the dog's origins. This time, Robert did not hesitate. He looked at the general with determination and replied that it was his dog. After saying this, Robert saluted. Stubby saw Robert's action, and saluted in the same manner. Seeing such a smart dog, the general praised it as a good soldier, and agreed to let Stubby stay in the camp. Soon after, the war broke out.